Smart EQ ForTwo, PCP route, or interest-free credit card purchase? That's what we're going to take a look at today, so stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel, folks. JD here again. So literally yesterday I took delivery of my wife's new car, and it's a Smart ForTwo. She only does 20 miles a day commuting to work, so we wanted to have two electric cars, completely get rid of ICE cars in the household. So we considered the Mini, we considered the Fiat 500, and we'd had a Smart ForTwo before, and actually for the price we got it for, it's going to work perfectly for her. So what I wanted to do is just go through the finance, how I financed it, but also something which I haven't done yet, which I'm just considering doing, and that is using an interest-free credit card. Now what we're going to do today is compare the 3-year cost. So currently we're doing it on a 3-year PCP, but with a view to paying it off at some point. So I put a big deposit in on the PCP because, and I know that goes against most things that I talk about, but because I want to pay the car off, I just did it, and then we'll think about what we're going to do down the line. So what I'm going to do is just show you the car. So basically it's not this car, but it's exactly the same as this car, and this is exactly the same price. If anybody's after one of these at the moment, these are brand new cars in stock. I did consider going down the company salary sacrifice route, but we were looking at a massive lead time, and in that time the price of our part exchange could have gone down. So it was a really good time to do it, and that's why I didn't do it through salary sacrifice. But I got £750 more for the trade-in compared to We Buy Any Car and Kazoo and all these other places. And also, if you look on here, look, the retail price on this particular car, we've gone for a Smart ForTwo with I think they call them the Trident cells in silver and the full body panels in silver. So that's about a 500 quid option. And they're saying 22,250 retail, and they had them at 17,529.45. Now that includes the £1,500 government grant, but also about a £3,000 discount, which was really good because you can't get new cars at the moment. So that's why I went down this route rather than going for a salary sacrifice scheme. Now, if you scroll down to other dealers, there's one there, look, Smart of Nottingham, 19,135 for exactly the same car. So, you know, for 17.5, it was a good buy. You know, you can even go further. Let's see. 19.2, oh, it's a 4.4. Let's try see if we can find another 4.2. Any more 4.2s? There's lots of 4.4s in stock. I don't particularly like the shape of the 4.4. There you go. There's one lot for two. Standard like us, prime premium, 19,425. So to get one for 17,529 was actually really good. You know, I was looking at a used one, and I saw a year-old one for 17.5, a 2-year-old one, I think, for 16. So actually, 3-year warranty, etc., it was worth going new. Now, if we look at the finance they're quoting, Mercedes have currently got 6.1 APR. Hope you can see this. And if we edit the finance, I'll show you what we did. So we did it over 36 months on 8,000 miles. Again, mileage doesn't really matter in this case. We could have gone lower, we could have gone higher. It doesn't really matter because we're going to pay it off anyway. Now, we got 9,262 on our trade-in, and that was a 5-year-old Mini Cooper D automatic with a chili pack. We Buy Any Car was saying about 8.5, Kazoo was saying 8, Mercedes gave us 9,262. They would have actually given us more. Originally it was coming out at 9.8, but I didn't realise the car had 4 previous owners before us, so that knocked about 300 quid off. And also I only had part service history, so that knocked about another 250. So I think we got down to 9,262. So if we look at the quote, what I did, I put £6,000 in as a deposit. So we'll put that in here if I can. Can I edit it? Oh, there we go. £6,000 deposit, 36 months, and it was coming out at 108.53 a month for 36 months. So let me just scroll down to that one again. There we go, there. So 108.53 a month. Okay, so that's what we've done. But then I thought to myself, okay, is there a better way of doing it? Now, certainly you can withdraw from a finance agreement without penalty 14 days, within 14 days of you signing on the dotted line. They can technically charge you daily interest. However, I did this on a previous Mercedes finance agreement, paid it off within 14 days and didn't pay a penny in interest. I just paid back what they financed. So I think, and don't quote me on this, but I think I might be able to withdraw up to 30 days now. I'm sure I saw something, so I need to investigate that more. Anyway, so what I'm saying is there a better way, while we're not paying any interest on the finance, to settle this with a credit card? So what I've done here, I've done two different scenarios. So this is the PCP route. So the purchase price is 17,529.45. The total charges 1,887.63. That's 6.1% APR on a 3-year period. And obviously you're paying interest on the balloon payment, whether we pay it off or not. The balloon payment is 9,500 after 36 months. So the total cost is 19,417.08. Part exchange 9262. Now we only put 6,000 in, so we've got 3,262 cash back. And what I'm planning to do with that is invest that money in an index fund. And looking at previous funds, I think, yes, the markets are really taking a battering at the moment, but I think 8% growth over the next 3 years is quite reasonable looking at what previous funds have done. So I'm thinking I'm going to take that money and invest it over 3 years, and it might get us to 4 grand, 4.5 grand. 36 months at 108.53. So we'll have paid down 3,907.08. And our balance after 36 months is 9,500. That's the guaranteed future value plus a £10 option to purchase fee. So cashback investment 3,262. Assume 8% growth compounded will get us to 4,582. So that means, I hope this is making sense, the balance we would owe, actually we'd have to find from somewhere else to own this car in 3 years, is 4,927. That's assuming we invest our 3,262 and it gets 8% a year. That turns into 4,582. We've got to pay 9,510 to own the car, so we've got to find 4,927. So that's the first scenario. That's what I'm currently going to do. Obviously the markets could crash and that 3,262 could turn into nothing, or 2 grand or 3 grand or 10 grand. We don't know, but I'm assuming roughly 8% growth. Scenario 2 is using a money purchase credit card. So total 17,529.45, part exchange 9262. Now let's assume that we put all of that money in. So part exchange 9262, we put 9262 into the car. So that means we need to find 8,267.45 to pay the finance off. Okay, so I went out there, had a look at money purchase credit cards, and as at today, this is March 2022, MBNA have got a money purchase credit card with a 2.99% fee, interest free for 18 months. So I could, this is assuming I can get it, that is, if I take that credit card and I take £8,267.45 as a money transfer into my bank, I will pay £247.20 in charges. That's 2.99%. So that means I will owe £8,514.65 on the credit card. And what I thought, okay, let's pay that for 18 months at exactly the same rate that I'm paying on the PCP. So 108.53. So I paid the credit card down £108.53 per month for 18 months, assuming that is more than the minimum payment on the credit card. So I would have paid down £1,953.54 in 18 months, which means after 18 months on the credit card, I will now owe £6,561.11. So then I take a balance transfer credit card. And again, I've had a look at the market, and currently MBNA again, they've got an interest-free credit card on balance transfers for 33 months with a fee of 2.69. So we've got to add another fee on. So 18 months into the agreement, we owe £6,561.11 on the credit card. We get a balance transfer. We move it to another credit card, interest-free for 33 months, and we have to pay 2.69%, which is £176.49. So after 18 months, we now owe £6,737.60 on the credit card, 0%. I've got 0% for 3 years. But let's assume we want to compare after the 36 month is up on the PCP. So if you remember on the PCP, we would have owed, and this is assuming we get 8% growth, we would owe 4927 to settle the car. This way, we would owe 4784. That's using all of the money as a deposit, taking it on a money transfer credit card and then a balance transfer credit card and including the fees associated with that. So you can see that's a safer bet because we're not investing any of the money. We're putting it all into the car. And because it's 0%, even with the fees added on for the credit card, we are still going to be in that scenario, that minus that, we're going to be £143 better off. You might think it's quite a lot of hassle. So is it worth doing? The other option then is to kind of combine the two. So that is where we're going to invest the money and also use a 0% credit card approach. So this is the final scenario. So purchase price of the car again, 17,529.45. Part exchange, 9,262. We put the £6,000 into the finance like we've done. So we owe 11,529.45. That's how much it would cost me to pay the finance off now, assuming Mercedes don't charge me any interest within, say, 14 days. Now, we pay that off. So, let me just, I've just got to change something here. I forgot that I've messed about with this. Cash from credit card. So we need that, sorry, bear with me, that minus that. So we need to put 11,529.45 on the credit card. Now, again, there's a lot of ifs, buts and maybes on this because I don't know I'm going to get a credit limit on the credit card of £11,500. But let's assume we can. So we've got a credit card. We do a money transfer of 11,529.45 at 0%. But the fee, 2.99% on the transfer. So the fee this time, obviously more than it was on the previous example, because now we're borrowing more on the credit card, 344.73. So on the credit card, we've now got 11,874.18, interest free for 18 months. Again, we pay the same monthly payment of 108.53 for 18 months, which is 195.354. So after 18 months, we now owe 9,920.64 on the credit card. Again, we get, assuming we can get today's offer in 18 months' time, we get a balance transfer credit card, 9,920.64, and a balance transfer fee of 2.69%, which is 266.87. Hope you're keeping up with this. So add that together. We've now, in 18 months' time, we owe 10,187.51 on the credit card, and we can get that interest free for 33 months. So we could carry on this after 36 months is up because we've still got another, 15 months or so on the credit card. But after 3 years again, so we've paid another 108.53. So our balance now on the credit card after 3 years, including all the fees, is 8,233.97. However, remember, we've got our 3,262 cash back that we're going to invest. So again, let's assume 8% growth. That's going to make us 4,109.18. So in this scenario, even though we've had higher credit card fees, assuming we can get 8% growth, we would owe 4,124.79 on the car, which is a saving of, is that the right saving? Let me just check. What's the saving? Where's it getting that from? C29. Where's C29 gone? Oh yes, okay. So the best case scenario, the saving between scenario 1 and scenario 3 is 4,927.12 minus 4,124.79 is £802. Total cost, therefore, is M9. Sorry. Don't want to do that, did I? I've started my ident again. So that's what happens when you press the escape key. I'm trying to remember what I did here. So £802.34. So the total cost to pay for the car on the cheapest method is 18,141.05. Where does that come from? Well, that is based on M9, which is here. So that's the purchase price plus M33, which is the credit card fee of 266.87, plus M19, which is the previous fee. So the two credit card fees, the balance transfer fee and the money purchase transfer fee, plus the purchase price, the total cost is 18,14105 versus 19,41708 if we use the Mercedes PCP route. Now, this is obviously only up to month 36, so we've still got a balance to pay. However, I ran this through the spreadsheet and it worked out an equivalent APR of 1.9%. So 6.1% on this straight PCP, 1.9% if we do this, and assuming we get 8% on that investment. We might not, we might lose money. We might get more, you know, it might make 12% a year, 15% a year. You know, many funds do. You know, I had a fund last year that made nearly 100, I think it made over 100% in a year. It's right back down again now. You know, it's fallen through the floor. But just after the first round of COVID, it practically doubled. So who knows? But that's my thinking at the moment. Do I keep the PCP running and then pay it off in 3 years, or get a loan or whatever, or then maybe do an interest-free credit card at that time? Do I use an interest-free credit card and put all the money in and then just pay it off? Or do I do an interest-free credit card and only put some of the money in and invest some of the money and see if we can offset some of those charges with a growth fund? I hope that was useful. I'm still not quite right after COVID, but I think it was quite an interesting video to talk about. If you're new to the channel, feel free to fling me an email here if you've got any questions about your agreements. You can buy me a coffee here. If anybody's interested in the PCP spreadsheet for a one-off donation of £10, you can get a copy of that and as many updates as I care to make. I've also got a very useful salary sacrifice spreadsheet for comparing car allowance versus salary sacrifice schemes for electric vehicles. That's a real eye-opener and shows you how much you can save. Do give this video a thumbs up and do check out Direct Gap as well, actually. If anyone's after gap cover, there's a link there. Do check them out. I've got some videos on gap cover if you're interested in that. And I will ask you to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Give it a thumbs up, thumbs down if you don't like it. And I will see you very soon. Thanks for watching. Take care.